So I attempted to do this video on yesterday. So I want to jump back in and actually do this video. This is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Starting off, I'm working to grow on this channel. We're going to be coming out with more production. And because the production on yesterday sucked, honestly, I had to come on and redo this video because the process is to get people to enjoy the content and not have to struggle screen with bad connections and stuff like that. So without further ado, I want to jump back in. That's why I minimize my screen. So we can go ahead and talk about Brics. For those that don't know, there's a new threat to the American dollar. Around the world globally, the American dollar has traditionally been the currency of choice when it comes down to every country has their primarily currency, and then you have your backup currency that's used universally. Now, the world is about to be divided because 40 the countries with 41% of the world's population is thinking about how can they put their country in the forefront to jump on the new currency BRICS. And for people that don't know, BRICS simply means Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The reason why they had to include Africa is because Africa has the most world's resources. So now the American people are scrambling to see which they're scrambling to see which currency will succeed. So far you got Canada, Spain, Portugal, um, Germany, Britain. Those type countries are still uh, may use the pound, euro, American dollar. But then you got countries like Nigeria who's thinking about jumping into BRICS. Mexico is thinking about jumping in BRICS. So without further ado, let's click this video. Hopefully the production be better today. Let's go.
Meanwhile, the downfall of the dollar remains work in progress. The US dollar is facing a backlash. We told you about this last week. We got a lot of positive feedback on that story, so thanks for that. Tonight, we'll bring you the second part of our story. This one is about alliances, about countries joining hands to challenge the US dollar. At the forefront of this is BRICS. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
So let me pause it here. I think I'm having glitches, but because I'm having glitches, I can't I don't have time to do this. So let's just read about what BRICS is all about. BRICS nations working on creating new currency to be discussed at next Leaders Summit. And the BRICS nations are reportedly working on developing a new form of currency, which is expected to be discussed at the next BRICS Leaders Summit. According to a top Russian official, the transition to settlements in national currencies is the first step. The next one is to provide the curriculum of digital or any other form of fundamentally new currency in the nearest future. The deputy chairman of the Russia State Duma was quoted as saying, "New currency for BRICS countries. The BRICS countries are reportedly working on creating a new form of currency with the plan to present its development at the BRICS Leaders Summit in August." State Duma Deputy Chairman Alexander Babakov said Thursday on the sidelines of the Indian-Russian Business Forum in New Delhi. This forum marks the commencement of international events at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum 2023. The top Russian official was quoted as saying, "The transition to settlements and national currencies is the first step. The next one is to provide a curriculum. No, circulation. I'm sorry, circulation. I said that all wrong. Of digital of any other form of fundamentally new currency in the nearest future. The BRICS nations are Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Other countries have expressed interest as Argentina, Iran, Indonesia, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt. South Africa will host the next BRICS summit in August. Folks, this is major. Um, these are some of the most populous countries on earth, right? And America is not the most populous country, right? We like 300 million, but you got billions in this country. India and China alone is billions. Toss in Russia, uh, now you got the world, the top half of the world's economy using another form of currency. This is going to be detrimental to the dollar, if we want to say the truth. Babakov left open the possibility of a unified currency arising within BRICS, potentially backed by gold as well as other commodities, such as rare earth elements or land. See, now that's interesting because when you think about gold, India got some gold, but Africa has some of the world's, uh, most of the world's gold is in Africa, right? They did gold rushes in other places and they cleaned out those gold, those gold mines in other places. But diamond and gold is in Africa. So if you squeeze out the American dollar, then what you're going to do is you're going to pit the American dollar against other currencies and other countries that control gold and silver and platinum and copper, because some of the most elements sits in Africa. At the India-Russian Business Forum on Thursday, Babakov emphasized that India and Russia should institute a new economic association with the new shared currency, but noted that China could play a crucial role in developing a common currency for the three nations. He quoted by Indian TV as saying, New Delhi, Belgium, and Moscow are the nations that now institute a multipolar world that is endorsed by the majority of governments. Its composition should be based on inducting new monetary ties established on a strategy that does not defend the US dollar or euro, but rather forms a new currency competent of benefiting other shared objectives. The Russian official also expressed satisfaction with the country's economic situation while criticizing US President Joe Biden and the European Union. It argued that the dollar and the euro served the interests of Washington and London rather than the broader global community, emphasizing that they do not recognize Russia, India, and China as equal counterparts. Now that's interesting, right? Let's type this. What percentage of gold, of the world's gold, is in Africa? All right, so global gold production reached approximately 3,000 tons in 2021, with Africa accounting for nearly a quarter, with total gold mine production in the continent amounting to 380.3 tons that year. So, and then the same thing. So 40% of gold mine of the world's gold mined is in South Africa. So by them pulling South Africa, they had to pull South Africa into the mix, right? Because South Africa controls 40% of the world's total gold production. So it's still a form of poaching, if you want to know my truth and the way I feel about it. It is a form of poaching, absolutely. So the reason why you want to have big BRICS is Congo would be another country because coltan, right? So when you think about coltan, what what percentage of the world's coltan? coltan. Oh, all right. Did I spell it right? Coltan. I think I spelled it right. Coltan. Congo. I'm gonna put Congo. Um, mm, mm. I think I spelled it wrong, but as you can see, what is the mineral mine in Congo? Copper. Okay, so here we go. When you look at Congo, copper, diamonds, tantalum, tin, gold, and more than 63% of the global cobalt production is in Congo by itself. So when you think about all of these elements, and then you think about the coltan, right? I know I'm probably saying it wrong, but yeah, here we go. Here it is, coltan. That's the word I want. I said I spelled it wrong. Now, coltan is important. So it's not just the dollar that's about to experience losses. It's also going to be other elements. For example, coltan. So your cell phone that you keep for a year, you need coltan to um to have a computer, a cell phone, because coltan is what it keeps your phone from overheating. And as you can see right here, Democratic Republic of Congo accounts for 80% of the world's coltan. Then they have some in Western Australia and some in Canada. But the world's coltan, and for people who don't know what's coltan, let's look it up. All right, so what does coltan mean? This is important, right? Here we go. Coltan is indispensable to the manufacture of all modern technology devices. The mineral is refined to tantalum powder, which is used to make heat resistant um, laptops, cell phones, and other high end electronic devices. So if America lose their grip on, for example, coltan, then it's going to be a problem going forward. So I'm going to do a video in the future where we talk about more of this, but this is Houston, we got a problem because the American government cannot stand to be on the wrong end of Brics. So once again, I did this video on yesterday. I felt that the production sucked and I want to come back and redo this video. So once again, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to this video. And once again, we will see you next time.